Hey guys, welcome to a new video. I hope you're all doing well. And today I want us to talk about mental health in light of the things that have been going on, mainly people committing suicide due to stress, depression, anxiety. And today we are going to deal mainly with depression. So we are going to talk about signs of depression, causes of depression, and how to deal or get out of depression. So in my own words, I would describe depression as a giant response to stress. So let's go through the signs of depression. First of all, when you lose interest in the things that you love doing most, that could be a very big sign. And number two, there is the feeling of worthlessness, hopelessness, excessive guilt all the time, and self-esteem tends to hit rock bottom. Also, the third sign of depression is you develop concentration and memory problems, that like you become very forgetful, you can't remember what you did yesterday or something that you planned to do the next day or just the next hour, you totally forget. The fourth thing is you develop mental exhaustion and fatigue, like every time you're just tired, maybe you've just woken up and you're feeling so tired you just want to go back to sleep. You've just been resting the whole time, but immediately you still feel tired. That could be a very big sign of depression, because depression usually affects the brain most. So when the brain is tired, normal body functioning is slowed down. Yeah, so that's why you become so fatigued and tired all the time. Another sign is sleeping too much or always needing to sleep. Sometimes this one comes out as a sign of laziness, but usually it's not. So when someone is depressed, they tend to hide in sleep. That is one of the most common causes of depression, because when you sleep, you feel better, you forget a lot of things, like you're just comfortable. Also, when someone is depressed, when they sleep, you dream too much. Like you can go through your whole day in a dream. You can do all the activities that you needed in a day just in a dream. So when you wake up, you're like, I remember doing this thing, I remember going to a certain place, but really you did not go, you did it in your dream. So you just dream too much, and when you wake up, you're so tired, like you actually did the things that you did in your dream. Yeah. So another sign is when someone is depressed, they tend to develop eating disorders. This could be eating too much or eating less. This one will most probably lead into weight change. Yeah, so you can be overweight or underweight. Another sign of depression is weird and constant headaches. So most people who are depressed, they tend to have extreme headaches, like all the time. They are just on painkillers, they are having headaches over everything and anything. So the last sign from my list, and this one mostly affects ladies, and from my research I can see that depression mostly affects ladies due to some sex hormones that are just found in women. So that sign is random crying. So sometimes someone might just be laughing or talking, then tear starts coming out or they start crying. That could be a very big sign of depression. Yeah. So let's go through the most common causes of depression. The first one is postpartum. This affects ladies mostly when they have had their first child. So during this period, there's a lot of change. The body is changing. There's a whole baby there you have to take care of. Maybe the baby is crying too much, and there's just a lot going on at the same time. So it tends to bring in stress. The second common cause of depression is bereavement or facing a loss. So when people lose a loved one, they tend to feel some kind of emptiness that will cause them to maybe segregate themselves, and that mostly leads to depression. Also, job, business, or financial strains might be a very big cause of depression, because maybe at your workplace there's a lot of pressure, maybe there's abuse at the workplace, or maybe even the lack of a job, being jobless, and you have a lot to do, you don't have the money, you're not getting a job. Maybe you've studied hard, you have your degree or masters, and you're not getting a job. That could be a very big cause of depression. Also, in business, maybe your business is not working, maybe clients are not coming in as much as you thought. It could lead to depression. Another cause is not having achieved the things you expected to achieve, maybe by a particular age, or maybe by a particular time, maybe the year has come to an end and you're expected to have achieved so much, and maybe you haven't even achieved half of it. That could really lead to depression. Another cause of depression is physical health, and this mainly I'm talking about sickness. Maybe you develop sickness, maybe long-term illnesses like cancer or stuff like that. It might be depressing because most people lose hope, and they just think now, what is the purpose of living, because most probably this is the end of my life. Then depression kicks in and then it worsens their sickness. Yeah. So another cause of depression is chemical imbalance in the brain. Also, you all have to know that depression is genetic and it's hereditary. It can be in your family. So you can be, maybe your parent was depressed, then automatically depression attacks you. So depression is also genetic, just like some diseases. Yeah, that's it for the common causes of depression. If you have something else to add on it, just comment down below and then we can discuss further. So the last thing we're going to talk about today is how to get out of depression. So the first thing you need to do is to admit. Admit, but do not identify with it. By identifying with it, I mean when you hear someone say or see anywhere anything about depression, you think about yourself. So do not identify with it. Do not think you and depression are just the same thing. No, just admit that you have it and you can get out of it. The second thing you need to do is seek professional help. Maybe see a therapist, see a psychiatrist. The third thing is talk to a confidant, talk to a close friend, someone you trust. Share your problems. As they say, a problem shared is a problem halved. In the process of sharing your problems, the other person could also share theirs, and you'll come to find out that you're not alone. So many people out here have problems too, so you're not alone, and that could increase your confidence and maybe give you more power to help yourself get out of depression. So another thing to do is get out of bed, go out, do things, because you have the mental power to do this. Mostly when people are depressed, they want to stay in one place, they want to sleep, they don't want to do a lot of things, like they become immobile or they go into that cocoon of hiding. So get yourself out of that. Force yourself to get out of bed, go out, do stuff. So in line with getting out of bed, going out and do stuff, another very important thing to do when you're depressed is change of scenery. This could include going to visit a friend, maybe for a sleepover or something. Maybe just change of scenery, because as we've seen in the signs of depression, a depressed person wants to sit in one place, maybe in that one room, maybe just inside the bed. They do not want to interact with a lot of people. So I would advise, if you're depressed, change the scenery. When your brain has different things to process, the depression tends to go down. Also, another important thing to do while you're depressed is work out, take walks. When you're working out, there's a lot of energy going on in your body, and there's a lot of communication through the brain. So as we've seen, depression mainly affects the brain. So when there's a lot going on in the brain, it tends to suppress the depression. The last thing that I really think you should do to help yourself get out of depression is tell yourself good things about yourself. Remind yourself of the good things about yourself. So I read somewhere and also saw someone practice it. So on the mirror where you dress up every morning, have sticky notes, maybe written different things. Maybe I am strong, I am beautiful, I am energetic, I am determined, I am successful, things like that. I can do this. And then when you're looking at yourself on the mirror and reading the same things, and I think that will give you some kind of strength, and that will really help you get out of depression, because we've seen some of the most common signs of depression is the feeling of worthlessness, hopelessness. So tell yourself, I am very hopeful, I am strong, I can do this. Yeah, that will really encourage you, and then you'll stop having those kinds of feelings, and that will suppress the depression. So that's it from me today. If there's anything you feel I have left out, just add in the comment section and we can interact from there. So just one last thing from me to you guys. in a time where everyone is a don't care, in a time where everyone feels entitled and they're like, she didn't call me first, I'm not going to call her. He didn't text me first, I'm not going to call him. Be that friend who calls your friend just to ask how they're doing, how life is going on, how everything is going on, because people out here are really depressed. And one of the major signs of depression is feeling suicidal. And if you just call someone to ask how their day is going about, just tell them, have a great day, I love you, it makes someone feel a lot better. There is no point in having that don't care attitude, being rude to people. There's really no point. It actually feels better when you just tell someone something good, and they'll feel better about themselves, and that will help in a lot of things. Even if you yourself you're stressed and someone just calls you to tell you, hey Faith, have a great day, I'll feel special, I'll feel loved, I'll feel like I'm not alone. And even if I was depressed or stressed, I think I would feel better. Yeah, so once again guys, thank you so much for watching. It's always a pleasure. Let's interact in the comment section. Bye.